Cruella Deville, Cruella Deville. If she doesn't scare you, no evil thing will. To see her is to take a sudden chill. Cruella, Cruella Deville. If you don't know what movie we're talking about, I got nothing for you. That's one of the worst, most giveaway opens to anything I've ever done on this channel. Or maybe it was the best if you like the old Seaman singing pipes. I'm not a huge fan of them. I think I'm semi-tone deaf, but that one felt pretty good. Let me know what you're thinking. Should I pursue a gig in singing instead of reviewing, or should I just stick to what I know? Tonight, I'm going to stick to what I know, man. I got my black and white on. You know what we're talking about because of the song, and if you don't, I'm sorry. So let's not waste any more of your time. Why don't you pull up a chair, take a seat. We're getting ready to dive in spoiler-free into Disney's Cruella. I love this movie. This movie was an absolute blast for me. And I don't know, maybe, like, if you can't tell, there's a bit of an energy going on with the old Seaman tonight. And I think it was the going back into the theater. Like, I'm in one of these places where I've been to the theater a few times during the pandemic, and I usually try to go in like the afternoon when there's really nobody in the theater, and it's usually like, 30 to 60% off. Tonight, none of those things were going on. It's Thursday night, opening night. Was at the first screening available. I won't lie to you, I wanted to see A Quiet Place 2 first, but I'm waiting for my buddy Joe. Couldn't go tonight, so Cruella it was, and I'm super happy I saw Cruella tonight, because like I said, I really enjoyed this movie. Yeah, Thursday, opening night, first screening available. It felt very normal. And granted, the theater wasn't too crowded by me, and you still gotta wear masks and all that stuff, but there was an energy going in tonight, and I even reactivated my AMC Stubbs A-List membership. I wasn't trying to pay $30 for this on Disney Plus, which is why I went to the movie theater. And like I said, most of the movies I've seen have been like super discounted. This one was not. This was full price, Dolby Digital. I wasn't trying to pay $20+, so I was like, boom, AMC Stubbs A-List reactivate. This is less than what the movie would have cost, and I can get 2 more movies this week. So there's an energy, man. I'm feeling good, and this movie fueled that energetic fire, man. I had a ball in the theater. I don't know about the rest of the people that were there. I didn't really hear a peep from anybody, and there was about 8 to 10 other people in the theater. But I was laughing. I was having a good time. I cheered a little bit. Like, it felt good to be in the theater tonight. And this movie was an excellent choice to go back to the theater for. It's not perfect, and we'll start there because I just really want to talk about all the good stuff in this movie. And directing here is Craig Gillespie. You should know Craig Gillespie from I, Tonya, where you would have also seen one of Emma Stone's co-stars, Paul Walter Hauser, was also in that movie. And he does some things that I like in this movie, particularly at the beginning. Early on, you get to see one of the grifts that Cruella, Horace, and Jasper run. And the way the camera kind of moves in and around, you follow, the stuff they're stealing, and as it gets passed around. That was kind of fun. But the movie is gorgeous because of the costume and production design. I mean, absolutely stellar in both of those categories. And there were just moments in the film where I was looking for, that shot that just makes you go, how, wow! That is what I'm talking about. And you never get that. And the material for that shot certainly existed in the movie. But my biggest issue with Gillespie is the pacing of the movie. It's over 2 hours, which I definitely don't think it needed to be. And as you, right before you're getting geared into the third act, about 2/3 of the way through the movie, it does stumble a little bit in the pacing where there's a reveal that probably should have come earlier in the movie. You can see it coming a little bit. And a lot of the momentum the movie had built kind of just drops off there. But because of this stellar cast, and specifically Emma Stone, it rebounds and scores mighty strong for a finish, man. And I really did dig the way that they opted to adapt the 101 Dalmatians material. Now, this isn't the 101 Dalmatians. This isn't even your Glenn Close Cruella. You know, there's definitely moments in the movie where, like, you can tell that there's some, you know, Glenn Close inspiration. But I would akin this more to Meryl Streep in The Devil Wears Prada with Miranda Priestley. I think that's more in the zone that you are in with this version of Cruella, and I dig that. And it really dives into the fashion world, which just works so well with this version of the character. And any of you die-hard 101 Dalmatian fans out there, you might have an issue with one element of the movie, the aspect of, like, her wanting to kill Dalmatians to make a coat. That's not a thing in the lore, at least not at this point. And I'm okay with that, specifically because I just don't think you need to be killing dogs in movies in 2021. And instead, the way they opt to, like, approach dogs in the film is actually very dog-friendly and dog-owner-friendly, which was something I dig. And you can still see the through lines that you need to have to get to the main 101 Dalmatians story. But this modernized look and feel and approach to this character was awesome. Like, I gotta give a lot of credit to Dana Fox and Tony McNamara for the screenplay, because I really thought the way they attacked Cruella was interesting. Like, very similar to, and there's not as many similarities to the Joker as I thought there would be. This movie is far more fun, far more enjoyable, far more like you come out and you got a good energy. Like, I love the Joker, but that movie, you come out and you're like, society sucks. This movie, you come out and you're like, when am I getting a sequel? But I did like the approach in the sense that you're able to humanize Cruella in a way where you can understand where she's coming from. And the fact that she is crazy is part of the character, and how you get to what she is as Cruella, all those things that make her a villain and make her a bad guy are all there. And she is like, there are moments in this movie where you're going to hate Cruella because of things that she does and because of the way the story is built. And that stuff really plays into, like, the villain in her. And you can see how you could get to what you know her to be. So I really dug the story in that sense, and I like the fact that the story allows for all of Emma Stone's co-stars to just shine as much as she does. Like, everybody in this movie is fantastic, and one of the things that I just love about film in general is when you get to watch actors enjoy themselves on screen. And I can say it pretty safely that I think everybody that's involved in this movie from an acting perspective, even down to, like, the background, like, characters, you know, Emma Thompson's the Baroness, she's got this big-ass mansion, man, so she's got, like, maids and servants and stuff in the back. I'm telling you, everybody had a good time with this movie, and you just get to see actors enjoying playing the characters that they are, and the characters are super enjoyable to watch because those performances are so good, and, like, you can just tell the actors are having a good time. And it starts with Emma Stone. She sets the tone for this movie. When she shows up, like, from that point forward, I'm just like, put her on screen 24/7, give me all. I love Emma Stone. I'm a huge Emma Stone fan, and I loved everything she did with this character. I love her accent. I was like driving home, finding myself like dipping into like an English accent, and you all know if you followed the channel, my end tag used to have a British accent just for the hell of it. I'm not very good at it, but like I love like the way that she talks and the way that she responds and the way she turns on the Cruella voice. Like there's a switch for the character, and I really like the way that they kind of deal with all of that stuff. And Stone, just the nuances to her performance and just the masterful artistry to the performance, like just so fit this character. The way she dives into the fashion, the way that she is a genius, the way that she can be a little mad, like it all just works all the time. Like if there is one thing that works from the beginning to the end of this movie that never stops working, it's Emma Stone playing Cruella, and I just adore her, man. She crushes this. Like I want a sequel so badly just to see what she does next. So Emma Stone, absolute standout. The other Emma across the hall, across the aisle, standing on the other side of the ring, our combatant Emma Thompson, the Baroness, brilliant. Like these two women, I said this to my friend Hill, Like, they are devilishly delightful. Like, if Emma Stone is a bad guy, like, Emma Thompson is just a flat out, like, terror. Like, she's a monster. Like, she is as bad as Cruella could be. The Baroness is worse. And it's one of these things, I said it as soon as we saw it in that second trailer, like, oh, they're pitting her against Emma Thompson. That totally sets a tone where you can build the Cruella you want to get, and the villain Cruella. But you're going to be able to root for her because Emma Thompson's worse. And oh, does she relish in playing the Baroness, man. Like, if you thought Miranda Priestley, played by Meryl Streep, was fantastic, oh, no offense to Meryl Streep, but wait till you get Emma Thompson's Baroness. She is just so evil, like, on so many levels, and she is so like, she chews the hell out of the scenery in this movie. I love Emma Thompson, and it was one of those things where it's like, you got an Emma versus an Emma, I'm here for it. And I'm here for everybody that's in this freaking movie, because like I said, this cast is excellent. Joel Fry, who plays Jasper, brilliant. Never saw them doing what they did with the character, and I thought he was just perfect. His chemistry with Emma Stone, his chemistry with Paul Walter Hauser, who plays Horace, is just perfect. Like, the three of them together are just a perfect trio. And I really like Joel Fry. He brings a lot of heart and warmth to the movie because of the sincerity behind the character and how they're built into Cruella's story. And then Paul Walter Hauser, I mean, you could not have cast a better dude to play Horace. He's spot on, pitch perfect. And I just love anytime Paul, like, put this guy in everything. He is fantastic no matter how big or small the role is. He can do dramatic stuff, and he can make you laugh your ass off, and he makes you laugh your ass off 90% of the time he's on screen. He's so good. And there are moments, specifically with his character, that, like, classic Dalmatian fans are going to love. And there's a bunch of cool stuff that I think classic Dalmatian fans will love about this movie. And the way they kind of work in nods to 101 Dalmatians is wonderful. I also like a bunch of the things that they opted to do with certain characters in the movie. Both Roger and Anita are race bent, and they're played by Kayvon Novak and Kirby Hal Baptiste. And they are both wonderful. Very small, and they pop in and out. But the way that they utilize them, and the way particularly they utilize them in, like, the end credit scene, it's not at the end of the credits, it happens before, but it's like one of those, like, the movie ends and then they come back. And they're used there. And the way that they used them was one of the things that just, I grinned ear to ear when the stuff at the end of the movie happened. And I liked, while small, I liked both of their performances. And like I said, I think the choices they made for those characters work really well in this version of the story. I also absolutely adored John McCree, who plays Artie. He is absolutely fantastic. In a movie about fashion and style, Artie's fashion and style is, well, he likes to call himself art because work of. He is brilliant, man. He's got like the little David Bowie, like, eye makeup stuff going on. He is just flamboyant and just so proud to be an artist in the world of fashion, and he meshes so well with Stone's Cruella. I loved his character start to finish. Like, every time he pops up on screen, he's absolutely wonderful, and I was super, super impressed with John McCree. And then last, but certainly not least, one of my all-time favorites, Mr. Mark Strong. He's brilliant as always. And what's interesting is they don't use him. I thought, like Mark Strong's not a guy you put to the side. And they don't use him from a line perspective a lot in the first half of the movie. There's not a lot of things for him to say. He will get there. Like, you'll get to there where you give him a moment to kind of show off a little bit, and he's fantastic. But the thing I love so much about Mark Strong in this movie is, while he's not speaking, he's in a lot of the movie just in the background, and just watch his face, watch the way he reacts to things. Like, this dude is a genius, and he is wonderful, and the way he works into the story, like I said, is something that I dig, and when he gets that moment, he's so good. So, I mean, you have a beyond stellar cast in this movie. Everybody shows up to play. Everybody has a good time. I think the adaptation is really strong, and outside of, some, directorial and overall formatting of the movie choices, I think this thing succeeds a heck of a lot more than it doesn't. So I really dug this movie. The question is, where does it fall on the C-Maniac meter? Well, let's put her down up. There it is. There are the boys. How you doing, guys? Where does Cruella fall for me? Well, like I said, a little bit of a pacing problem, a little too long. Would have liked someone who's a little stronger behind the camera, specifically just to show off some of the flash and pizzazz that just exists in the movie. But after that, from wardrobe to production design to performances, I mean, this thing is just so enjoyable to watch. So Cruella for the old Seaman comes in at a 4.3. I know I'm getting down to decimal points and stuff, but I really, really enjoy this movie. It's so easy to just sit back and enjoy everything that's happening on screen, and I'm excited to see where they go. I think you could totally sign me up for a sequel, and you could do some really cool things with this character, and you can do some really cool things with Emma Stone. I know she's a superstar, but she pops in the biggest and the best ways in this movie, and it's just really, really enjoyable to watch. So, Seaman goes 4.3. I love this. Question is, did you make your way out to the theater this weekend to see Cruella? Did you go the Disney Plus route? Did you pony up the $30 to get the premiere access to check out Cruella as many times as you want, as long as it's on the service? Is this something that you want to see if you haven't seen it? What are you excited about? What are you hoping to get out of it? And if you've seen it, what did you dig? Did it work? Did it not work? Do you like this take on the character? Do you like the changes that they made? Do you think there is a future going forward for Cruella? Everything you got to say, good, bad, indifferent, about Cruella goes down below in the comment section. Look forward to talking to you down there. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you do, you want to come hang out with the old C-Man anytime I'm singing or doing stupid stuff or, talking about movies, TV, trailer reactions. You just like what I'm doing. You want to show a little love to the old C-Man on a night where the energy is flowing? Well, come, man. Join C-Maniac Nation by jumping over there, hitting that subscribe button, hit that little bell if you want those alerts. And until next time, for the C-Man's Cinema Sit Down, I've been the C-Man, and I am signing off. Peace. Oh, hey, what's going on? You must be sticking around because you're looking for more content featuring this guy. Well, guess what? You're in the right place. You can check out more videos right here and right here. And if you have and you want to come join that C-Maniac Nation, you can hit that subscribe right over there.